Hello, welcome to the next edition of the Jank Tank. Today we're going to be trying out Temur Aggro for Pioneer. Now, this time we're going to be trying out two new cards, Oko the Ringleader and Stingerback Terror, the new plot dragon. So the deck is going to be trying out some Temur Ascendancies to hopefully give our creatures haste, draw some cards as we play our creatures, or most of our creatures are 4 power or greater, so we do a good job at turning on Ferocious. So that is what we're trying out today. If you like Temur Aggro / mid-range-ish thing, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification so we're for future videos. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together and let's get into the deck list and see the deck in action. So the deck list, we have 4 and 4 on elves, pretty good. 2 oozes because Phoenix is the best deck in the format, besides of course vampires, but ooze is really good to be a main board card now. 4 giants because it's just a decent threat. 2 Michelos, 4 Knuckleblades, one of my favorite pet cards in the format. 4 terrors, just to try it out, see how good it does. 3 Okos, just to make sure that we do get it, have every game, maybe every other game, so we can make sure we get test it out enough. And 2 Glory Bringers as the top end. Since we should be able to turn on Stubborn Denial often, we're running full playset. 24 lands, pretty decent mixture of our colors. 3 volleys on the side. I mean, it's pretty self. We go through every video. You know, it's for white, blue, spirits, whatever. 2 Cinder Vines. It's mainly for artifact enchantment removal and potentially, you know, hating on Phoenix and stuff like that when they cast multiple spells in a given turn. Good against control. 2 Damping Spheres for the Lotus Field matchup. 2 Decisive Denials. If we want a little bit more extra counter spells, we could bring it in. If we need a little bit of removal, instead of Stubborn Denial, we could bring it in. 2 Hearses for Graveyard Hate. 1 Anger for Aggro Hate / Phoenix Hate, potentially. 2 Clothes for Graveyard Hate in addition to it. Probably going to end up cutting Migelos in those situations. And a Throwback, kind of a catch-all mid-range piece. That is our Temur Ascendancy aggro-ish deck. Stompy for Pioneer. Let's get into it. Ballot Recovery and passes. We play Gorge, Elf, Thego. It's probably Lotus Field, Island, Scrying. Gets a stage. Breeding Pool untapped. Knuckles, say go. Lotus Field. Cycles of Vizier, and a Charm for a stage. Passes. Play Migelos. Go to combat. Shove in there, say go. Another stage. Scrying. That happens. And copies. And passes. Play a Bone Crusher. Shove in there. Cycle to Headquarters. He has to win this turn. Cycles of Vizier. Got game 1. So we just have hurt, fear, and denial, potentially. Ooze doesn't seem as... No, Ooze is fine, actually. Stubborn Denial's good. Probably go down Oko and Gorybringer. Up closest, down Migelos. Down 1 Bone Crusher. Run it like that. Actually, we'll go down an Ascendancy of a Bone Crusher. Up Migelos, down Oko. I think Oko's just really bad here. Run it like that. Ballot Recovery, or Ballot Sanctuary, passes. So we play Sanctum. Elf, say go. Mana Confluence. Grazer. Lotus Field. So we'll go ahead and tap down, play a Damping Sphere, say go. Leave a partial denial. Play a Headquarters. Next turn he could Besiege you. Passes. Land would be ideal. Sweet. Play Knuckleblade, say go. Stage. Cycles of Vizier. It's like he's desperately trying to find a Besiege. And passes. Knuckleblade number 2. Pathway on red. Give it haste. Go to combat. Swing for 8. Say go. Takes 4. Portable Hole. Counter. Play a mountain. Scavenging Ooze. Got it. 1-0. Let's get into the next. Breeding Pool. Tap. Say go. Island. Sleight of Hand. This must be Phoenix. Passes. Play a tap land. Play an elf. Say go. Considers. puts a sleight of hand in the yard, and passes. Stomping Grounds. Knuckles, give it haste, and attack. Pass the turn. Another sleight of hand. Another island. Passes. Does he have a Spell Pierce up? Put that on green, I guess. Oko, minus. Go to combat. Have it become a copy of Knuckles. Give it haste. Sweet. Shove. For 8. Say go. It's kind of working. Sure. Opt. Seems great. Maybe 3 of these is correct. So he draws his red source. I'm assuming he has to shock himself. This Megalos is awkward with Oko. Ledger Shredder. And probably a lightning axe. Yep. 4 Knuckles. And passes. Uptick Oko. Breeding Pool. Pathway. Temur Ascendancy. Tap land. Copy the elk. Shove. So he has to block an elk. He probably was correct to play the Megalos, though. Alright. So he blocks the Oko, elk, and pass the turn. I guess I could have shocked myself there and played Megalos plus Temur. Another Shredder. Roger Cruise. He attacks? That seems risky. It takes out the Oko. Megalos. Got it. So we have Hearse and possibly Volley. Probably go to 1-1 on Elf. Down Glorybringer and a Oko. Run it like that. Probably could bring in the Frill back actually and the Clothis. Down Bone Crushers. Run it like that. Canal. Passes. Stomping Grounds untapped. Elf. Say go. Kills my elf. Island. Passes. Elf. Mountain. Say go. Considers. And opt. That's good. No removal. He passes. Play a tap land. Plot. Say go. I could have shocked myself and played it this turn. Considers. No Phoenix yet. It's on my end step. Pathway on blue. Looks like a Treasure Cruise is inbound. And passes. I guess put that on red. Cast a Terror. Hearse. Go to combat. Hit you for 1. Ops. Sleight of hand. And passes. Will exile 2 cards from his yard. Untap. I guess play it on green. Go to combat. Shove in there for 7. Got it. 2-0. Let's get into the next. Swamp. Passes. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Elf. Say go. Play the Aquifer and passes. I don't really think I need this Beseiju. I'd rather not have to shock myself here. Play Bone Crusher. Say go. Passes. That's not a good sign. Play another Bone Crusher. Go to combat. Shove. Say go. Scoops it up. Got game 1. I'm going to say go down. Glorybringer up. Denial. And that's all I'm going to try for game number 2. Actually, we can go down 1 bone, up 1 Clothis. Run it like that. Sanctum. Elf. Say go. Swamp. Harvest. Passes. Pathway on red. Plot. Say go. Swamp. Champion of the Perished. Passes. Stomping Grounds untapped. Knuckles. Give it haste. Cast Stinger and attack. Say go. Dark Slick Shores. Headless Rider and attacks. Take it. Carplusion Forest. I could play Oko, copy Knuckles, attack, but I think I have to first stomp Rider, and with the thing on the stack, then stomp Champion. He gets a 2-2, and we shove in there for 6 or 10. Pass the turn. This deck is looking pretty good. Plays a tapped Containment and a Colossus and passes. But the Terror just beats you, doesn't it? Play Oko, make a elk, make it become a Knuckles, and might as well give it haste and shove. Alright, looks like we're going 3-0 with the deck. The only flaw I see is the blue sources. We can address that and get into the wrap-up. Sweet performance, the deck functions, and it's kind of fun to play, so blocks and blocks. Still takes 6 in the air, though. Got it. Let's get into the wrap-up. Alright, so what did I learn this week about this deck? Overall, we went 3-0 with the deck. Now, I did make some changes to the mana base. I cut the Bark channel pathway for another Sanctum, so that way we increase our chances of getting green and blue early. Not having to decide between that. If I'm doing green or blue, makes a lot more sense. I also cut back on the other pathway, the Craig Crown, right? And I went ahead and added 2 Rockfall Veils and 2 Storm Cove Coast in that slot. So that way in the mid, we should be able to get down a Knuckle Blade or a Ascendancy without little complications. So that seems to be a pretty decent maneuver, especially since turn 3 is really when we want the blue anyways. So that makes a lot more sense, other than Stubborn Denial. But like I said, Stubborn Denial depends on us having a 4 power creature before to protect. So I think this makes a lot more sense. If you have any suggestions at all for Temur aggro Stompy, let me know down in the comment section. What decks do you guys want to see this season? Let me know all that down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification before you head out that door. And until next time, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.